Okay, now I see the chat box. I think they changed all the settings and everything for YouTube, so I was kind of confused. But I think it's because I had to change the time of going live on the bottom for the time that I go live. So I don't know if anybody can see this right now. Maybe because it's not time yet. So maybe I'll just chill here and see if anybody comes on. Do I have to wait until the time I scheduled it for? Like, can anybody see me right now? Let's see if I can see it on my phone. That's probably why nobody's here yet. Oh, I got one person. Woo! Hello! I don't even know why I'm on right now. I probably shouldn't be. Hey, Zach. Yay! Okay, 1 and then 0. Woo! Did he just pop in and say hi and leave? I am the worst tuning into other people's lives too. I only end up tuning into Debbie's lives because I always have to make sure I watch her lives as much as possible, but like everybody else, like I always forget. You and me both. I'm a night owl, but I really need to start going to bed a little bit earlier. But I just wanted to see if there was anybody on tonight. I was thinking about going live tomorrow, but I kind of have some thoughts that I want to talk about. Not anything makeup related. This is more so other topics. Me too. I go to bed at 3. We got 2 people. Hey, Sandra. Woo! Hey, girl. What's up? I just texted Justice too to see if she'll join in. Just to see. Oh, sweet. I was actually just off the past 4 days as well. Okay, I got 3 people. It's so random that like more people actually join at night than during the day sometimes. It's weird. Yes, girl, I remember. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't went live in a little while. It's been kind of a hectic past week. I just didn't even have the time and I was working a lot. So, and I was really stressed. Nice. Woo. Yeah, I just got paid this past Friday too. And it was nice cuz we made bonus this past month. Oh, the one before this? Yeah. The one I just did before that, I deleted it. Yeah, I couldn't see the chat. So I had to restart it. YouTube settings is so weird now. I think they changed everything, so I had to go back and switch some stuff, and now I think obviously we're good. So, what was I forgot what I was gonna bring up on my phone. Sandra, you're the one that I sent the Urban Decay palette to, right? Am I getting confused? Please tell me if I'm getting confused, because my COVID brain, I swear to God. Sure, no problem. Ooh, what you gonna eat? Sorry, my boyfriend's texting me as well. So anyway, can I speak? Let's stop like wasting time and actually talk about what I wanted to talk about. So I wanted to talk about, yes, girl. Okay, how are you enjoying the palette? It's really, really fun, isn't it? I don't know why I just decided to declutter that one. I was thinking, um, that I wasn't going to, like, ever, because I'm like, "Oh, it's a Disney palette," and you guys know how much I love Disney. But honestly, at this point, I was just kinda over Johnny Depp and all of that in general, and I never thought those Alice in Wonderland movies were that good, and they were never my favorite. Honestly, when I bought it with one of my friends, like, years back when it first came out. So that was, like, 4 or 5 years ago. I hope it's good, and I hope it performs and everything, like, good for you. I think it should still be fine. Um, Aw, you're just keeping it on display too? You haven't used it yet? Aw, girl, it's a good palette. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, but I kind of feel like I have very similar shades. I don't know why I always shout, like, I don't really have to shout, like, I am just in my room talking to a computer, so I don't have to be too loud. And plus everybody's sleeping in my house right now. Um, but I feel like the Club Nebula palette from Kaleidos has a lot of the same shades in there, like similar shades that I felt like that was an updated version of that palette that I felt like I just didn't need it anymore. But when I bought the palette, it was kind of like an impulse buy with my friend, and I just bought it with her because I think we were going to see the movie then, or maybe it was the second movie. It was for the Through the Looking Glass. And I wore that palette when I saw the movie, and I wore the shirt. Like I had a Mad Hatter shirt, which I actually just got rid of. I don't know. I'm kind of over Johnny Depp at this point. He's been through a lot of controversy. Not hey Justice, not that I've been wanting it since forever. I'm so glad you have it now though. Oh, really? You're not gonna use it ever? Well, I'm glad it went to a good home, and I'm so happy that you have it finally. Um, mm, that sounds good. Now we're gonna end up talking about food, aren't we? And I'm not gonna get anything done. Sorry. My freaking boyfriend. I'm like, I'm on a live, I'm talking to my fans right now. Okay. So anyway, um so what was I going to talk about? I'm happy I'm awake. I was at the Yeah, I saw. I hope you had a good time. And happy birthday. So anyway, what I was going to talk about is that um I went on a David Pacman binge tonight. I watched like a few of his videos, and I also watched a movie in between that. Um and David Pacman is like a YouTuber. He has a podcast and everything. And I just love watching his videos. And there was this one video that he showed like this clip of this lady in I forget what state. I believe it was Texas, but I'm not don't quote me on that. And I'm sorry if it's the wrong state, but yeah, it's a pretty rare palette, I'm sure. So I'm so glad that you have it. Um, she was saying in the schools, and I'm sorry if anybody, doesn't want to talk about COVID or anything like that, but I would like to talk about it a little bit because we can't just ignore it, and we can't just say it's not over because it's not. So let's just, get real for a minute because this is real life. It's not like it's going away anytime soon, unless more people get vaccinated, of course. So, um, but I just wanted to say this because I think that this is truly scary. No matter what political side you're on, I think that this is genuinely scary. So she was saying that first off, it's completely insulting to me that she said this because I'm Jewish. So I'm just going to put that out there right now. She said that she compared wearing masks in schools as the same thing as putting kids through concentration camps. And I was like, you are basically insulting every Holocaust survivor that made it through literally terrifying circumstances every single fucking day. They didn't know if they were going to live or die. You're going to compare that to your kid going to a school wearing a mask, saying that that's the same thing as being in a concentration camp? Are you fucking insane? Like, are you fucking insane? I was like, I could not believe this coming out of her mouth. And David Pakman commented on it because obviously he played the clip and then said his comments after. And he said, it sounds like the way that she was portraying it was like she was just reading the article and didn't believe anything that was coming out of her mouth. Like, that's the thing with these conspiracy theorists. And the fact that these people that can portray these kind of conspiracy theories at a school meeting with parents sitting there hearing this come from, I don't know if it was a teacher or someone that was a staff member of the school or if it was just a parent. I wasn't really sure. He didn't specify. But the fact that they can even say these things, don't things that people say at school meetings and stuff like that have to be approved first? I know there's freedom of speech. I'm not saying you can't say what you want to say, but aren't there certain things that have to be approved that are said during public meetings and school meetings and stuff like that to make sure that they are school appropriate? Like, obviously, you wouldn't like say to school, to parents or kids in an assembly about like, pornography or something. Like, that's obviously something you wouldn't discuss at a school meeting or a parent meeting for parents to meet about kids wearing masks in schools, because I'm sure that's what the meeting was about. So, um, my boyfriend's like, "Why are you on a live right now?" So, but the fact that these people, I'm not saying that schools are 100% safe, to be honest, because kids have to worry about going to schools every day without being worried that a kid is going to come to school with with a mask, with a gun. I think that that's what we should be worrying about way more than our kids going to school with a mask on. Like, I don't know how gun control isn't more of a concern for kids going to schools right now. I would be more worried about sending my kid to school to make sure that there's not someone with a gun than if they're going to a school with a mask on. So, I understand you get overheated wearing a mask sitting in those classrooms, but the fact that the kids don't really have a problem as much as the parents do, like, they're not, like, freaking out, going to classrooms and refusing to wear one. I don't know. No one's been covering that. But also the privacy of the classrooms are protected for the students, so we don't know what goes on in the classroom unless a student brings up what a teacher says, but I'm going on a tangent right now. But the fact that she said that, and then David Pakman said she doesn't even believe what she's saying right now because she's just basically sounding like she's reading off a list right now. But the fact that this pandemic and this virus has become so much about religious or racist or political freedoms in this country is what's so scary at this point. And I also wanted to bring up another thing about Trump. I'm not hating on him or anything right now. You guys know I don't support him. But anyway, I wanted to say, sorry, I'm just reading Sandra's comment, that I dropped my child off at school, some random person walking on campus, or even one of the students. Right? Exactly. Like, and I'm like, literally, you shouldn't be horrified to send your kid to school every day, worrying that, some crazy kid is going to come in and, do that to your kid. Like, it's friggin' horrifying. And I'm sure that there are parents every single day that are friggin' horrified to send their kids to school. But if I was a parent, I would feel much safer sending my kid to school with a mask on to make sure that they're protected from spreading the virus or getting the virus, because there are kids that are being sent to the hospital right now, friggin' babies and newborns that are getting COVID because of the Delta variant. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to protect your children at this point? I understand kids 12 and under can't get the vaccine. I'm yelling again. I'm sorry. I'm going to come closer and whisper a little bit. I'm just getting a little peeved. But the fact that kids are getting sent to the hospitals, and they said that the amount of kids that are being hospitalized right now, they're saying it's really scary. It's heartbreaking. And the only way that these kids have a lower risk of transmission or getting COVID is if the people that they live with and everyone that they're around get vaccinated. Because then there's a much lower risk of transmission if their parents get vaccinated, and so on and so forth. Like if the kid has an older brother or an older sister, they all should get vaccinated. So what I was going to say about Trump is that he held a rally like a couple of days ago, and he was saying that vaccines were good. And then he pointed to his arm and said, I got it. And then his supporters started booing him. That is truly scary, because the fact that your supporters don't believe what you're saying anymore is kind of freaking scary at this point, because you think that they're your supporters, and the fact that they're booing something that you did and you're saying is safe and good doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, of course, I understand you can question what politicians say. I'm not saying you can't. That's why we all have different political views, and we're not all going to 100% agree on everything. But if he got the vaccine and he's saying vaccines are good and his supporters are booing him, doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't know if I'm lost or not, or I don't know if I don't understand what happened, but why would you boo that? And even even David Pakman was saying, I don't think I've ever seen his supporters actually boo him. They have booed other people that he has talked about, but they've never actually booed Trump. So that's what doesn't make any sense. So I think that's all I really had to ramble about, but it's really frustrating to me at this point. And I've just given up at this point to convince people to get vaccinated, because I feel like it shouldn't take any convincing for people to go and get something that will literally save their lives. I understand if you're immunocompromised. I understand if you're a kid 12 and under. But the fact that you don't want to protect the most vulnerable is what is so friggin' selfish to me. I had COVID. I got vaccinated. The vaccine was the best thing I ever did for my recovery. It helps so much. I really wish I would have documented my whole experience of having COVID and getting the vaccine because I don't know why I didn't. I think it was literally the brain fog that was affecting me from literally doing anything productive. All I did was sit and watch movies and try to recover as much as I could. I couldn't document the experience because I couldn't remember what I wanted to say. And I'm still struggling with that every day. It has helped me physically, but not with the mental effects. It is going to affect me the rest of my life. People don't get that. Like, I don't really understand. I'm like, it's literally not like any other virus we've ever had in our lives before. It will affect you for the rest of your life. There are people that are still having breathing problems. There are people that are still having physical problems, physical pain, back pain, leg pain, um, immunocompromised because of this disease, even though they weren't immunocompromised before having it. Um, the mental effects that it has on the brain, since I have ADD, oh my God, so much brain fog. I am very forgetful now. I mean, I was so forgetful before, but I am so much more forgetful now. Like, I'll literally forget what I'm doing literally as I'm doing it. And I friggin' hate it. But I just wanted to say that getting the vaccine after I had COVID helped so much. I literally felt it working as when I got it. Literally, like, not even 10 minutes later, you can feel it working in your body. It's honestly a friggin' miracle. Like, I was so happy and excited when I went and got vaccinated. So excited. I was literally like, I wanted to cry because I thought that we were finally getting to a turning point in this pandemic. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's a friggin' miracle. Like, I cannot believe we've gotten to this point because they said it was gonna take so much longer." And I was so happy. So, and it really did help me physically recover. And I think that's why I was able to recover faster, um, than some other people, is because I got the vaccine literally 2 weeks after I had the virus. So, and I was really scared when I got the positive test. I was crying the whole day. I've never been more depressed in my whole life. It was so scary. I was like locked in my room, away from my family, and I felt so low. Like I couldn't like I mean, there's been a lot of low I've had such low points this year. Such low points. With my best friend passing away, with me having COVID, with my boyfriend having COVID, and then my mom had COVID last December. It has not been an easy past 8 months. So, it was devastating. Um, and me and my boyfriend just lived every single day, just hoping to get through every single day. And people don't really realize how crazy that is. I hope I didn't lose people because no one has said anything for like a few minutes. So I hope I'm not boring people, but I think I'm gonna go because my throat's already getting dry. But I just wanted to just say a few things and I wanted to see if anybody was on. My throat's getting dry already. Oh, it's okay. Um, I did want to talk about some makeup though, because let's end on a more fun note. So I was trying to be on a low buy for the past few weeks. Thank you. Um, Thank you. Yeah, right? You have to listen to the person before you comment sometimes. I'm like that too. I'm like, genuinely need to listen to what you're saying first before I can actually write something. 'Cause that's how our brains work. Some people can only concentrate on one thing at a time. Sorry. Um, oh, did you guys see the Spider-Man trailer? I'm so friggin' excited. I'm so excited. I think people are so friggin' pumped for a new Marvel movie. I mean, of course, we had Black Widow, which was good, but Black Widow, we were waiting for like 11 years for that movie to be made, and then it kind of like made the hype just a little bit, you know, less exciting because it was like we've been waiting for this movie for so long. But with Spider-Man, I'm so excited. I mean, Doctor Strange is in it. I'm so excited. Yeah, I did. But they're saying that Andrew Garfield and should I say it or do you not want me to say anything about the trailer yet? I don't want to spoil it for anybody if I say anything. Also, I got my nails done today. I got like this bright ass yellow for summer because I love doing like bright colors in the summertime. Um, Let me talk about makeup until Sandra tells me whether or not if I can say anything about the trailer because I don't want to spoil it. Okay. So, they said that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire might be in the movie, and everybody is freaking out because if you've seen Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, you'll understand why all three Spider-Mans will be in this movie. Because with Spider-Man, there are multiple versions, like there is for every single superhero and villain and everyday person in Marvel. And that's what thank you. And that's what WandaVision and Loki went into. If you've seen Loki, they went into like the multiple versions of Loki in that show. Um, so WandaVision, Captain uh Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki are all tying into to the new Spider-Man and, Black Widow and stuff like that. Like Black Widow at the end of that movie, it ties into Hawkeye, which is a new show, I think in December. And then there's another Marvel movie coming out next week. I think it's called Shang-Ra or Shang-Ra. I'm not sure, but I want to see that too. And then Spider-Man comes out in December and everybody's so friggin' pumped. But yeah. Um, okay, good night. Thank you for coming. I thought you were gonna go be up till 3. It's only 2. Oh, I got 4 people. Woo! I got the Profusion glitters because of Debbie today, so I can't wait to play with them. Yeah, I saw your pictures. Um, I still haven't tried Profusion. Oh, thank you, Zach. Um, so, so that's why Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire would be in Spider-Man because they were the first 2 Spider-Mans, which is so crazy. So it's basically saying that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were the other versions of Spider-Man before Far From Home. So it's kind of crazy that that's how all the franchises of all 3 Spider-Mans come together in this movie. That's why it's so crazy. It's like, oh, now we understand why there were good and bad Spider-Mans. And they're also coming out with another Venom, Marvel's Venom. And it's going to be with Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. And I love Woody Harrelson. I love Tom Hardy, so I'm really excited. Um, but I think the original Venom was Sony, and that was Tom Hardy. I think it was Tom Hardy or was that Topher Grace was Venom in Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. But Venom, I'm pretty sure was Tom Hardy for the first Venom. And then they're coming out with another Venom. And I think that's in October or November. So there's still like 3 Marvel movies coming out. This Shang-Chi movie, Venom, and Spider-Man. Yeah, it looks sick. Everybody's so excited. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Also, Green Goblin and Doc Ock are in the trailer too, and we're all so excited. So yeah, I want to see Venom too. I don't know if that trailer came out. It probably did. Am I late? Because I haven't seen that trailer yet. I'm sure it's gonna be dark, but I'm excited for that. So anyway, yes, I did get the new ColourPop stuff. Yes, yes. But I didn't see the trailer for that yet, if it's out. So anyway, I did get some of the stuff from the Tinkerbell collection from ColourPop. I hadn't gotten anything since the Powerpuff Girls collection, but that was only like last month. But honestly, every collection after that was really boring. I honestly think the only good collections for ColourPop now are their collab collections because every other collection that has come out this year, I have not been interested in unless it's a collab. So that kind of annoys me because I mean, ColourPop could sell there's the only other collection I was interested in besides the collab collections from ColourPop this year was the Cherry collection. I thought that was super cute. But I didn't think the palette was that great, but I thought the other products in the collection were really cute. Um, and I actually thought the other products in the collection were really, really good. I loved the red liner. Oh my god, it's so good. The cream gel red liner, it's really good. Yes, I definitely will. I'm going to watch it right after I get off this live. Um, the red liner was great. The cheek serum blush is actually really nice. I know people have mixed opinions about the cheek serum blushes, but I got one of the more pigmented colors. It's like one of the reddish colors, and Angelica Nyquist actually wasn't a fan of like the previous colors she had tried when they first came out, but she tried one of the darker colors from I think the Lush Life collection, and she said that she thinks that the darker colors of the serum blushes are better than the lighter ones because she wasn't a fan of the lighter colors, but she was a fan of the darker ones. So anyway, so yeah, I got the Tinkerbell palette, of course. I wasn't going to get the palette, but then I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so pretty." And then I was like, I got that. I got the liner, one of the liners, like the glittery brown one. It looks so pretty. Then I got the Super Shock cheek, 2 of the Super Shock cheeks, one of the blushes. It's like an orange color. So pretty. And then of course I had to get the highlighter. And then I got one of the lippies. The, Glossy Lip Stains, oh my god. Probably my favorite product that they have come out with this year. They are so good on the lips. I wear them every time I go to my friend's pool because they're pigmented, but they're so hydrating. They're actually more comfortable than wearing just a gloss. They're so comfortable on the lips, and it just feels like a watery lipstick, but it's like not sticky like a gloss. Yeah, I just said I got the Tinkerbell collection. That was the first one I said. But if you were doing something, that's fine. But yeah, I got the palette. I got the blush, the highlight, the liner, and one of the lip stains. Um, but that was the first collection I was interested in since the Powerpuff Girls one. But I feel like the Tinkerbell collection was a little bit random. I mean, I always, of course, check for their Disney collabs every single year. They usually do 3 a year, but this year they've already done 3. So I think they're gonna come for us for winter this year because they always release their best Disney collabs from September to December. Last year, they did Hocus Pocus in September, and then they did the Child Palette for Mandalorian. And then the year before that, they did the Midnight Masquerade collection, which was my favorite collection of all time from them. No, it's okay. It is so cute. But the Midnight Masquerade Disney collection is my favorite collection they've done ever. From ColourPop. And I think from any brand in general. The packaging and the products were literally fantastic, and the packaging is so gorgeous on that collection. So they did that one, but right before that they came out with the So Jaded palette. So I got the So Jaded palette, and that ended up being my favorite ColourPop palette ever. And then they came out with the Midnight Masquerade collection. And then in November, December, they came out with the Frozen 2 collab. And of course, I had to get both of those palettes. So that was a really, really good year for ColourPop because they ended up releasing my favorite collabs ever from them, and also my favorite palette from them. So, and what's funny is that I wasn't going to get So Jaded when it came out. And it ended up being my most used palette ever in my collection. So, and it's still my most used palette. So, anyway, so yeah, I got that stuff from the Tinkerbell collection. But for this year, they did Bambi in April. Then they did the Lizzie McGuire collection in like May or June. And then they just came out with the Tinkerbell collection this August. So I'm thinking they're definitely going to come out with one during November, December, because they usually always come out with one during November, December months, so people could get Disney stuff for the holidays. But I don't know if they're going to come out with another, like 2 more this year or 1, but I know there's definitely probably going to be at least 1 more. So we'll see. But the Tinkerbell collection is so beautifully designed. Like the Lizzie McGuire collection, love it. And the Bambi collection was so cute, and the packaging was beautiful on it, but damn, it was overpriced. And the fact that the Bambi palette is a 5-pan and it's $14, but the Tinkerbell palette that's a 9-pan and it has the bigger round pans in it is $16. Why? And the child palette, the Mandalorian one, I think is the same price as the Bambi one. So I'm like, the reason why the Bambi collection wasn't really a big hit is because it was way overpriced. I'm like, why are these 5-pans like $14? I was like, they should have been like $10 or $9. But I could go on about that forever. But the packaging was adorable. And the reason why they came out with the Bambi collection was because it was like, I think the 70th or 75th anniversary of the movie coming out. So I think that it's probably an anniversary of not Tinkerbell, of Peter Pan as well. I think Peter Pan might have been, when did it come out? Let's see. I mean, it came out in 1953. So it's been like 70 years at least. I don't know, but it's a beautiful collection, so I'm really excited for that. And then I also got some stuff from Beauty Bay. I've been eyeing their products for a while, and I finally decided to get a couple things from Beauty Bay's brand. They've definitely been a brand that I've been wanting to try for a while. Yeah, it is cute. I'm not the biggest fan of Violet Voss, but it is a really cute palette. So I did get one of the palettes from Beauty Bay. I got the Warm Toned Fiery palette. It's a 16-pan palette. I got one of the blushes and I got one of the highlighters. They are so damn affordable. They're even more affordable than ColourPop at this point. The palette was $10 and the two face products were $5 each. So I only paid like $25 for my whole order because I had to pay shipping. But I was like, damn, that's cheap. So I was really excited to try that. And then I'm just waiting for the ColourPop mystery box. And I wasn't going to get it originally, but I got it because me and another YouTuber are going to be doing a collab on it, and she said, try and get it if you can. If you can't get it because you can't pay for it right now, it's totally fine. But she thought it would be cute as a collab. I am getting really tired, so I think I'm gonna go. But I'm really excited to get the mystery box. Oh, wait. Let me say one more thing before I leave. So, well, I do kind of talk about this in a video, but I just wanted to touch on that the mystery box took 11 days to ship out. 11 days. But the Tinkerbell orders that I ordered the day it launched, guess when it shipped out? I'll wait a minute, but I just want to see if people guess. Okay, why is it I have 3 people watching but 4 likes? Who is it? Who is that? Okay, 4-3. Maybe it's my boyfriend. Did you guys guess yet? Okay, I'll just say it. It shipped out the next day. And I messaged them and asked them like, "Hey, like I understand you guys are having difficulties right now. Um, okay, now I have 5. I'm confused. Why? I mean, really confused. Who's watching? It went from 3 to 4 to 5 in the past like 2 minutes. But it only went from 3 to 4 to 3 viewers. That's weird. But I thought I was gonna like sit here talking to myself the whole time, but I'm glad that people actually joined. Um, oh, thank you, Sandra. But I don't know who the 4th was though. It was probably my boyfriend. So anyway, um, yeah, the Tinkerbell order shipped out the next day, and I also ordered some of that stuff for another YouTuber. It shipped out the next day, both orders, and then the mystery box shipped out that night. And I was like, and I did send them an email saying, why is it that my Tinkerbell order shipped out the day after it launched, but my mystery box took 11 days to ship, and then it magically shipped that same night. I was like, did they read my email and they were like, oh shit, we need to get this out for her? I'm probably not that special because Xenia told me the same thing. She said that hers shipped out that day too, and she said that my Tinkerbell order also shipped out like the next day. So I was like, that's freaking weird. I think they were having a problem with the mystery boxes, but I'm also hoping that since we had a delay in getting the mystery boxes, that they might have put better stuff in there. I'm hoping because they might be seeing people that uh were like, what is this color pop? Like, it's not like it's a bad box, but like they could have done so much better with these boxes. They could have put stuff that they could have put a better palette in the box. Like I was kind of hyped for which palette it was going to be because it said a very popular collab palette, and then it ended up being the Animal Crossing quads. Not that those aren't adorable, but like I was kind of hoping they would put like a 9 pan or a 12 pan in there so I could keep it. Um, so yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I get it soon. It says that all that stuff's supposed to be here by the 3rd. like all 3 orders, so I'm hoping, well, 2 orders because another one's going to somebody else, but, um so yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I was like, "Why is it the Tinkerbell stuff went out the day after, but the mystery box took, like, 11 days?" I think they had a lot of problems with it, and they messaged me saying, "Oh, we're having a lot of issues due to COVID and stuff." I'm like, "No, you're not, ColourPop." I'm like, "You're just using that as an excuse." Like, I of course, I totally understand COVID has affected everything, but COVID. COVID's not a small indie brand. ColourPop's not a small indie brand. They're a big business now. I'm like, people put ColourPop as an indie brand, and I'm like, they're not an indie brand anymore. I'm like, they're a mainstream brand at this point. There's not that many people that don't know what ColourPop is anymore. I mean, come on, let's get real. I mean, maybe not the average person that I talk to that doesn't know makeup, but basically everyone I talk to on YouTube, everyone that I talk to about makeup, they know what ColourPop is. So that's what I'm referring to. It's like talking to people about Britney Spears and they don't know who she is at this point. It's like the same thing, you know? I feel like ColourPop's like um the messy queen of makeup, but they're affordable, so and they come out with really cute stuff. All right, I'm gonna go because I need to go to bed. I love you guys. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, but I am getting really tired. It was really fun chatting with you guys. You too, sweetie. All right, good night, guys. Sweet dreams. Stay safe. Please stay safe. Bye.